And now it's time for On the Mark Live with host Mark Westwood. Finally, a show about KCAA. Hot topics, a little locomotion, current events, news, laugh, reviews, and a little irreverence. And you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 3, 2, 1, Mark.
And hello to you, Mark Westwood with you on the radio. Back after a couple of weeks hiatus in the middle of the summertime. About 98 degrees outside right now. And, you know, I get on the air from doing my duties as operations manager. Just kind of like a little vacation for me. I like it. I enjoy it. And today, particularly, is going to be a very, very enjoyable show. Because if you know Mark Westwood, you know that he's all about music and all about jazz, and he loves to play the saxophone, as the Steely Dan song says. And being a musician, I've played in many bands and met many people. And one of the guys that I'm going to introduce and interview in just a few minutes is named Paul Noel. And I'll tell you all about that in just a few minutes. But, of course, being the operations manager here, I like to strut our stuff a little bit about KCAA. And one of the more fun things I've had and been able to do is to bring Art Bell back on the air here at KCAA, 1050 AM. That's right, Art Bell. And if that name sounds familiar to some people, it's all about Coast to Coast. It used to be a show called Coast to Coast. And Art retired, kind of like Jay Leno and Johnny Carson. He had been on the air, AM radio, coast to coast, from the West Coast to the East Coast, all over the Western Hemisphere, talking about the paranormal and Area 51 and all these kind of crazy people calling in. And he retired, and another guy took over, and Art had signed a non-compete thing for a few years, and now he's done with that. And now he's back on the air, and as soon as I found out Art was on there, I was on the phone with our owner, Fred Lundgren, and I said, Fred, we got to bring Art back. We got to bring Art back. And Fred agreed, and let me tell you, it is riveting programming. Fun to listen to. You know, you may not agree with everything. You might not understand it all. It is certainly some of the wackiest stuff you'll ever hear. But it is fun listening. It is entertaining. Art Bell is back. He's back at KCAA every evening, Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock. You can also hear him on the internet at artbell.com and here at 1050 AM. Tune in the radio, and you'll find him, Art Bell, and just a great individual. He is the master at radio and getting people talking and interviewing people. And it's so interesting. It is a show that all of the United States participates in. And so tune into that. Art Bell, right here at KCAA. He talks about everything from Area 51 to Mars to the afterlife, all kinds of riveting information. Art is a true artist and a master. And I encourage you that if you haven't heard his show and you can't listen to it at 9 o'clock, you can go on to artbell.com and you can pick up the podcast there. I think there's a small fee for it, but you can go to artbell.com and you can hear it. You can also, if you're not in KCAA's listening range and you happen to be in Nevada, well then you could tune in at artbell.com. But otherwise, for Southern California, Los Angeles radio market, right here at KCAA, 1050 AM, Art Bell, and it's called Midnight in the Desert. And if you've heard some of our promos, it says, want to take a ride? Well, it is. It is definitely a ride. And it's one of the better, most fun things I've done. But now I'm going to embark on a show that is kind of fun. And, we were talking and listening with Jim Trenton earlier about somebody taking videos of him. And one of the things we all have to realize here in this day and age is everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's got a cell phone with a camera. I have a cell phone with opposing cameras on it. I can take it frontwards and backwards. There's something called GoPro. And there's a whole new revolution of people on YouTube, for instance, that create YouTube videos with something called a GoPro camera and all kinds of great things. And one of the people that I think was an earlier pioneer on this and also has mastered this in a fun sort of way, combining his passion and love for music and composition, is a gentleman that I met briefly, but I do know who he is, and he knows who I am. When I was a musician playing in a big band, like a 19-piece big band by the name of Empire Swing Band. And it was over in Riverside, and I played in it several years. Really enjoyed the heck out of that. Of course, life gets busy, and I'm not a professional musician in any way, shape, or form. I'm what you call a hack. But this gentleman was named Paul Noel. And Paul is a master at videos, and I want to welcome Paul. But first of all, you're probably saying, well, who is this guy, and why would you want to know? Well, he's known as Paul the Trombonist. Paul the Trombonist. And he's a Los Angeles-based musician now. He's a producer, a songwriter, a performer, educator, filmmaker, and an acclaimed trombonist who pursues his passions. And that's the beautiful thing about Paul, is that he pursues what he likes in life and does it well. And he's performed privately in front of celebrities including Leonardo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese, Sean Penn, Charlie Theron, Robert Pattinson, Zac Efron, of all people, Bill Maher. That should have been a fun one. And Ryan Seacrest, just to name a few. Paul has been playing his own group since he was a teenager as a jazz club out of Cleveland, Ohio. Paul was approached by Duke Ellington's nephew, Ron Ellington, which, that's as close to Duke Ellington being Paul's age and my age as you can get. But this is a good thing, because Ron Ellington was of the Drifters and Coasters, and he started working with Ron, and the rest is kind of history. He went to Berklee College of Music on a scholarship, studied with some of the finest trombonists alive. If you're a jazz musician, you know who Phil Wilson is for sure. Andy Hunter, Jeff Galindo, Hal Crook, Karen Harris, Mark Malden, Bill Yeager, and Scott Kyle, just to name a few. Just some not name dropping here. But right now I want to drop this name, Paul Noel, and welcome him to KCAA. Paul, it's good to have you. Hello there.
Oh, hi, Mark. Thank you so much for that. It's an honor to be here. I just want to say that I appreciate what you're doing, and really happy to be in the studio with you and talk about music today.
Yeah, and welcome to KCAA, and it is indeed a privilege and honor to have you. You're a fine musician. I'm sure our listeners, once they get some sampling of your music and video production, will understand that. And in the second part, when we're talking to Paul, we're going to be talking about a gentleman named Arturo Sandoval. And Arturo Sandoval is a 10-time Grammy Award winner, and we're going to see a segment, an interview that Paul did, and in the background, it just amazed me. There's Arturo Sandoval, who a lot of people know here in the Inland Empire especially. Great Cuban composer, artist, arranger, musician, plays everything. And behind Arturo is 10 Grammys. That must have been awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of surreal, right?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been near next to even one Grammy, but 10 of them. Oh my gosh!
And there's an Emmy too in the back, which is
I was trying to see that. It's like right behind him. I was like, "That's a Tony or an Oscar? What is that?" Throws in a few Mickey Awards from Disneyland. And our viewers will be able to see that if they're at home on their computer listening, which we have quite a computer listening audience now, and
nice.
That's kind of cool. The whole industry is changing. Paul, it's not just people listening to radio, which, I don't mean to make you nervous, but there's a potential 4 million listeners out there right now that listen to AM radio in their cars driving home. And we're in drive time. 4 o'clock is definitely drive time. And, we also are on Ustream and ustream.tv. Just put in KCAA. This program is going to produce a podcast as well of my show that you can go back and listen to. We're on TuneIn. There's a bunch of different multimedia programs that we have. Our Facebook's, one Facebook page has 5,000 fans, another one has 3,000, and a couple
beautiful
of small ones. Yeah, so we're really a multimedia platform. So it's good to have you on today, because you are really mastering the YouTube and the GoPro thing. How did that start?
Well, actually, I believe the first video that surfaced of the GoPro is a video of, I believe, the second trombonist of the New York Philharmonic named David Finelson, and he put up a video of him just doing some exercises with the GoPro on the end of the slide, and a lot of people were sharing it, and I thought it was a really cool idea, so I kind of wanted to take it.
Hold on. Yeah, go ahead. And go ahead, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to take it another step farther and incorporate it with some pop tunes, and get like a professional recording alongside the GoPro and be in different settings as far as different Los Angeles landmarks in the background while I'm outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was very cool. I was going to pull up a video called Banana, but I want to give our viewers and listeners an example of a video you produced called Shake It Off. And that's down the road a little bit, and our engineers look at me like, what are you doing? But this is an example of what happens when you give a trombonist a GoPro, and he puts that GoPro on the end of his trombone slide. This is, how did you mount that thing on top of that slide and get it to work that way?
Well, that took some experimenting with, but with a little bit of research, I found out that you can use the bike mount, the GoPro bike mount for the handlebars on the bike, and you can just put it on the end of the slide.
So it produces a really kind of cool effect. And one of the effects is that this it's like a pan in, pan out thing that kind of happens because of the natural sliding of the trombone. But it does it to the beat of the music because obviously you're moving to the beat of the music. So that works really good.
Thank you.
I think we're about to have that video up, don't we, Joe? We're just about ready to play that video, and we're doing some experimenting, folks. We're extending Joe to his limit today with having Paul on Skype and me on the other side of a split screen, and then running these YouTube videos. So let's hit this and let our viewers see and hear this. This is Paul setting it up. And that is Taylor Swift. And Shake It Off. You were definitely shaking it off, and that GoPro camera stayed right on there. That was cool.
That was a fun one.
That was a fun one to do. We're going to talk about your love for a banana here in just a second here.
All right.
But, Paul has all kinds of videos, and the YouTube video channel is what?
Paul the Trombonist.
Everything is simple. Paul the Trombonist.
Yeah, Paul the Trombonist on Facebook, Paul the Trombonist on YouTube. The only difference is Twitter is Jazz Trombonist and Periscope is Jazz Trombonist, but everything else is Paul the Trombonist.
Now, that's a medium we don't have yet, Periscope. That's, I think, kind of new to me, at least. I don't know. Has that been around a while?
It's very new, actually. But what I like about it is after I'm done practicing, I take requests and I go on the air on Periscope. And what's cool is it kind of challenges me. When people request a tune, I figure it out, or it's kind of fun, like an interactive way to practice the trombone now.
Yeah, exactly. And wow, you can record yourself and see yourself, and that is pretty incredible. And also it produces a song people like to listen to in a different kind of a venue, and that's great. That's really great. So, you've done a lot of skits and stuff on there. How many videos have you produced?
Getting close to about 250 videos.
Wow.
Yeah, real close to it.
250 videos. What was your favorite video to do?
Well, the videos with Arturo Sandoval.
Okay.
They're very special to me. And I did a video series with one of my life mentors, Phil Wilson, who was an instructor of mine when I was at Berkeley. And those are very special to me as well.
Phil Wilson's outstanding trombone player.
He played with Louis Armstrong and Woody Herman. So he's a very special figure in the musical world. And he flew out to Los Angeles, and we did about 12, 13 videos together, and they're really special to me.
And the people you've been able to get up close to is just awe-inspiring. To be able to work with Arturo Sandoval, who worked with Dizzy Gillespie. I met Count Basie once, but that's about as cool as I got. That was very, very cool.
That is cool.
But you've actually played with these guys, and I'm just enamored. But one of the big celebrities you have, and I want to figure out how this became into your life. This video we're going to play is going to explain a little bit, but maybe you could go into a little more detail. You've kind of got this thing with a banana.
Oh, okay.
What is that all about? Tell us about your, I hate to put it this way, banana.
All right. Well, when I first started doing videos, I was like, I need to do something to spice this up, or else it's just going to be another musician in front of the camera playing an instrument. Like, what can I do?
Hold on with the video. Hold on.
5, 6, 7
Stop the
times a
video.
day.
Stop the video. Okay, we're not ready for that yet. I didn't cue yet. Okay, go ahead, Paul. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So, I looked across the room, and this big, giant, stuffed banana I had was grinning at me, and I'm like, all right, that's it. Banana, you're going in the video with me. So... So I just kind of put him in the video, and then it's kind of stuck. And then he makes an appearance every once in a while.
Yeah, and I've seen these videos. You do some incredible videos with quad screen or like 3 or 4 screens going at the same time, and it really is kind of cool and kind of cute. You have this banana in there. Do people ask you about the banana?
Oh yeah, all the time. They'll say, "Where's your banana?" Wherever, if I see some people.
And does the banana have a name, or is it just banana?
It's just banana.
Just banana. You keep it simple, huh?
Keep it simple.
Well, this is a sample coming up right now, folks, of some of the video kind of shtick that Paul does that is just kind of fun to see. It's called Banana. So the rule is...
In our relationship. We don't have time for ping pong ball lessons anymore, and it's just really getting in the way of stuff. So it's either you straighten up or you straighten out. Banana. I finally found a banana friend. We met inside Olive Garden, and now he sneaks away to in and out. Oh, little yellow friend, getting the sensation in his little bitty tummy. The moment he gets hungry is what I fear, because yummy yummy gets whispered in my ear. Now he's holding up a sign, says freshy tasty goodness inside a bun. What now? Gonna leave me for a hamburger run? So he takes my keys and he goes out the door, pushing the banana tail to the Civic car floor. Beady little eyes, sweat dripping down, the In-N-Out check logo flashing around. All he can think about are daily fresh cut potatoes and how employees get benefits and stuff. You dig? Aw, dawg. Banana. I finally found a banana friend.
Makes you want to sing along with it.
We met inside Olive Garden.
Okay, kind of fade that out for me there on YouTube.
Twin and out.
Yeah, it's In and Out. We have an In and Out, by the way, right around the corner. So bring your banana down, and we'll go to In and Out Burger.
Perfect. It sounds like a plan.
You got to bring your banana here in the studio. I'm also going to try to get you to bring Arturo Sandoval at another future date. We kind of put this program together, folks, if you're just listening and tuning in or watching on Ustream, together at the last minute. And I said, I bet you we could put YouTube videos on and have Skype on one side and me on the other side, and I think we can go back and forth. There's a little rocky on the Ustream video, but it's working. Paul,
cool,
I'm glad to know that it's working, and it's good to share some of these things. And I talked to you about meeting celebrities. There's been a popular group called Imagine Dragons the past year or so here, and a song called Radioactive.
Yeah, it's a big hit.
Tell us about that.
Well, I went to school with all those guys. Well, they're all Berkeley alumni, and that trumpet player that I'm on that video with, he's a dear friend of mine, Mike Rocha. He was also a roommate of mine at one point when we first moved to LA not too long ago. And I just thought it would be cool. The song was popular at the time, and I'm like, hey, I live with the trumpet player on the album. Let's just make a video.
That is so cool. Mike Rocha from Imagine Dragons. This is a very popular top 40 hit in this past year. And I'm sure that if you don't know what the tune is, and we play it now, called Radioactive, let's play it. You can hear it here. Radioactive coming up here. Joe? Nope. Okay, well, we might have to come back to that. Okay, here it goes.
Hey, everybody. Paul the trombone.
We're working on it. You might have to turn that video up.
Here.
There we go.
I always wanted to do the tune
We're still on
Radioactive by
radio.
Imagine Dragons, so we got a special treat today. I grabbed the trumpet player that's on their album. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mike Rocha.
Imagine Dragons, along with Paul Noel. And Radioactive, and that's it's so much fun to do stuff like that. Do you write that stuff out, and or do you just pull it up on your iPhone or your smartphone and play it, or how do you do that?
Well, actually, that one, I had the vision to do something very bare bone, very stripped down. I wanted to just do a duo, so kind of alternate between melody and bass line. And actually, we just listened to the song a couple times and just kind of talked over a little arrangement and then just hit record on the video camera in front of a green screen on that.
Just hit record. That was pretty cool. You make it sound so simple. And later on in the videos with Arturo that we're going to watch, you're throwing down track after track and, the click track and all that kind of stuff. And it really is. You make it sound so simple and look so simple, but some artistry to it. And this is what we're talking about today on the show, folks. We're talking to what I consider a local musician because he came out of Riverside, Paul Noel. And also he's called Paul the Trombonist everywhere in the world on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, on Ustream, and even on Skype. But Paul is an amazing musician and has been an amazing artist, especially when it comes to doing this, the new development and using new technologies for YouTube videos and things like that. And I want to, before we go to the next segment with Arturo Sandoval after the break, I want to show our folks just the kind of video artistry he has. And Paul, I'm going to let you introduce this. This one's called Serial, and it's about cereal. Just very basic.
Oh, yeah, cereal. So I had a dream that I was flying around on a cereal bowl.
Uh-huh.
And I did it I have a lot of nephews and, younger people in my life, and I thought they might get a kick out of watching me fly around on this cereal bowl like I had this dream, reciting all my favorite cereal brands from memory.
Yeah, you kind of throw it down, too. This is pretty cool. Yeah, everybody's going to find their favorite cereal. Mine's Golden Grahams and Raisin Bran. Maybe not
cool.
in that order, but yeah. What's your favorite cereal?
I really like them all. I think Captain Crunch is a special one.
Awesome. I love Cosby. Is there a bad thing as a cereal? I don't think there is such a thing as bad cereal, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe if it had bugs in it. Cereal. This is Paul Noel, and he's doing a song called Serial. But for our visitors on Ustream, you can see this, or maybe you tune in later, you can see the artistry of what he does.
You must be talking about that stuff called cereal. Yeah, I've heard about it before. It's pretty cool. I hear you can do all kinds of neat things with it. Like eat it. I like a cereal, lots of types of cereal. What type of cereal would you like to eat together? There's lots of cereal, many types of cereal. What type of cereal is your favorite one to eat? We got Frosted Flakes in Captain Crunch, Lucky Charms, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Honey Nut Cheerios and Fruit Loops, Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries, Apple Jacks, Rice Krispies, Cocoa Puffs, Frosted Mini Wheats with a honeycomb, Corn Pops, Golden Grahams, Captain Crunch with peanut butter. Fruity Pebbles and a Raisin Bran, Honey Bunches of Oats in a Trix Land, Cheerios, Cookie Crisp, Reese's Puffs, Life, Fruity Pebbles and Honey Smacks, Cocoa Krispies in Corn Flakes, Fruity Pebbles and a Cocoa Pebbles, Count Chocula, Count Chocula. We got Special K, French Toast Crunch, Fiber Plus in Kix's Grape, Granola Chex, Frankenberry Oatmeal, Alpha Bits and Wheaties, Raisin Bran Crunch Grape Nuts, Super Sugar Crisp, Crackle and Oat Bran, Corn Chex, Wheat Chex, Fruity Pebbles Chex. Did you check the O's? I like a cereal, lots of types of cereal. What type of cereal would you like to eat together? There's lots of cereal, many types of cereal. What type of cereal is your favorite one to eat? To eat together.
That is great.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Paul the Trombonist on KCAA 1050 AM. And just some of the artistry he does. Folks, you've got to go to Ustream TV and check out the show after you're done listening here in your car or wherever you are today. We're going to be back with more Paul Noel, and we're going to be hearing a little bit from Arturo Sandoval here in just a few minutes.
You're listening to KCAA, your good neighbor along the way.
And now it's time to batten down the hatches, because here comes more of Mark Westwood and On the Mark Live. 3, 2, 1, Mark.
And we're back with On the Mark Live. I'm Mark Westwood on KCAA 1050 AM. And we've been talking with and having fun today. It's just like a little jazz vacation with a gentleman, a friend of mine named Paul Noel. And Paul is, he's a trombonist. It's just simple. It's Paul the Trombonist. Hi, welcome back, Paul.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Pretty good. Paul, I've oversimplified it, though, because you have just you've gotten a good career going on so far. You've shared the stage with Frankie Avalon, Bobby Rydell, Fabian, The Temptations, The Four Tops, Gary Puckett, just this whole host of people here, and just amazing on the stage. Tell me, what was the most fabulous time you had? The one that stands out in your mind the most?
Well, I did a performance with Aretha Franklin that was a pretty special evening. I remember she got on the piano and she opened it up for this like vampy jam kind of thing, and it was pretty surreal. That was really cool. And I did a private party at Seth MacFarlane's house that was a really special evening, I remember.
Yes, Baby Stewie.
Yeah.
And everybody recognizes him from Family Guy. That's the creator and writer, and he's so talented. He's an absolutely fabulous vocalist and has some great big band arrangements out too, doesn't he?
Amazing, yeah.
Yes. Paul, you certainly have a storied career so far, and you've earned it with all these great videos and things you've done. And then just it happened, right? Some magic started to happen. You got contacted by a legend. In my mind, he's a legend. His name is Arturo Sandoval.
Yeah.
You have to say it right.
Big honor.
Arturo Sandoval. If you're in the Inland Empire, there's a big appreciation for Arturo Sandoval. He is a Latin jazz, what they call Afro-Cuban jazz musician. Came from Cuba. We just normalized relations with Cuba, and this is one of the reasons why we should have done it. He's born in 1949. He's a Cuban jazz trumpeter, pianist, composer, and he was born in a place called Artemisa, Cuba. And he's been influenced by the musicians of Charlie Parker, Clifford Brown, Dizzy Gillespie. I mean, we could go on and on. In fact, I've got some video of him in a little bit with Dizzy Gillespie. But he's just got some incredible music, and I just want to give our listeners a sample of it. But before we go into it, it's called The Peanut Vendor. Tell me about that first meeting with Arturo Sandoval.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll set it up just a little bit. So I had noticed that Arturo Sandoval had hit like on a few of my videos on Facebook, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting, Arturo Sandoval. And I checked, and yeah, it was Arturo Sandoval. Then I got a call to play in his big band, and I was sitting in the section, and as he comes in, he sees me, and he's like, Paul the Trombonist. I guess he would recognize me from the internet, and he's like, I watch every one of your videos. I'm a big fan. Give me your number. So then after that show with his big band, we got together, and then I hung at his house all day, and we just talked, listened to music, and then we started talking about some future project ideas we had, and one of them is this video you're about to play. But yeah, he's the greatest musician I've ever had the pleasure of meeting, and I look up to him just about more than anyone I've ever met. It's
amazing to learn from a professional master like Arturo, and to be welcomed into his home and to literally lay down tracks with Arturo Sandoval. And the product of this is this song called The Peanut Vendor. And this will give it a good example of this album. And this is called The Peanut Vendor. So Peanut Vendor. Let's roll that video. This is a guy that has total passion for his music and his craft. All right. I love my job, I got to tell you. That was great, Paul.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Arturo's amazing.
Amazing. Throw all those tracks down. He's just so into his music and loves his craft so much. It's just wonderful.
Yeah, he's special.
Yeah, just to see that love for it, and you know, he is the Presidential Medal of Freedom recipient in
That's
August
correct, yes.
2013. President Obama gave him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and just a great Cuban American who's here, been playing his craft and bringing us beautiful music for a lot of years. Arturo Sandoval, and I want to take a little vacation today and have jazz vacation, but I can take an even further vacation now because you interview him, and I'm going to turn it over to you via video for 10 minutes or so and listen to you talk to a master. This is Paul's interview. It's called Passion. What was it called? Passion for...
My passion for film scoring.
Passion for film scoring. And... tell me a little bit about that as we get the video rolling, before we get the video rolling.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arturo, one of his biggest passions is composing for images and film. So we wanted to capture it with him writing some music to some images I put together and kind of show the process of how he composes via video and kind of show you how it works.
Okay, well, we're gonna introduce this video now, and folks, this is just for you to enjoy. Here's Arturo Sandoval and a little piece composition that he and his friend Paul Newell put together, and it's called Passion for Film Scoring. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. It's going to stop in a second for like a second and it's going to interview. Keep rolling. Let it keep rolling. Just to describe to our listening audience a little bit, that's Arturo Pat and his passion for film scoring, and he's showing all kinds of scenery and beautiful scenery. And now we're going to hear Paul interview him.
I want to say, Paul, thank you so much for what you're doing. I really appreciate immensely your expertise and your friendship and all the things you have been doing together to really share our passion and love of music with our friends and fans.
The feeling's completely mutual, Arturo.
Thank you, man.
It's really an honor.
No BS, okay?
Yeah, it's truly been an amazing experience for me.
Oh man, likewise, man. And I'm learning every minute from you, man.
Oh, I'm learning every minute from you.
No.
Oh, gosh. Words can't describe how much I've learned in just
At
this.
least I did something good. I teach you how to drink a good coffee.
Yes. Oh, man.
Not muddy water.
I'm hooked now.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, amazing composition that you did on that last project. I really was taken back with all of the emotions and feelings I was hearing going from the beginning to end. It took me on a complete journey, and just great job. That was an amazing composition.
Thank you. It's fascinating, man, and how the music can transport you and fly your soul anywhere in the universe. It's so powerful, man. Music is special.
It is. It's like almost like the bridge between the physical world and the spiritual world.
Exactly. That's very nice. Very nice. That's your own word?
That's something I learned along the way.
That's very deep.
Let's talk a little bit about your passion for film scoring. How much it means to you and how you first kind of got involved in it.
Yeah, you know what? That's the main reason of this particular video, which is nothing else than just share with the people how much I enjoy writing music for images, all kind of images. Not necessarily have to be a film. Could be a television, could be a documentary, could be just photos, pictures, whatever, anything. But the music has such a power to enhance anything. Any celebration or any kind of things related to humans, the music is always getting involved. When somebody dies, the trumpet plays the taps. When somebody gets married, the trumpet plays ba 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 ba.
Very true.
In anything, in any kind of celebration, in any kind of even mood, state of mind or whatever, the music is.
Yeah, even religions, a lot of it's centered around the music.
And the singing
Yep.
in all kind of church.
Yep.
The people dance and sing, and it's the music is always there. And talking about film scoring, it's one of my biggest passion. I love food. Good food, period. For me, around midday, I must have a good lunch. I don't care what I'm doing. And saying that, when I'm in the studio scoring, working, writing music for film or for any of those things, I forgot. 99% I forgot. Sometimes I don't eat in the whole day. And my wife knocked the door on the store. Hey, are you crazy? You didn't eat anything the whole day. You cannot do that. I say, I'm sorry, no. I don't want now. I even forgot to eat. That means a lot to me.
Wow.
Sound like a joke, but it's not.
Wow.
That means I so immersed and concentrate and so enjoying so much what I'm doing that I forget about any other thing.
Yeah.
Any other thing.
Totally consumes you.
That is that much that I really love that. And to be honest, one of the main reasons I moved to Los Angeles is because of that reason. That's one of the main reasons. Because this is the mecca of the film industry, of course. And all the directors, producers, all the studios and everything, most of them are here. And a film director, unfortunately he passed away a few months ago. He was a guy who directed the movie on HBO about my life, Joseph Sargent. Joseph Sargent told me once, when I talked to him exactly 15 years ago, and I said, man, you know what? I love this so much. I would love to do it more often. And I told him, man, I would love to dedicate the rest of my life writing scores.
Wow.
And the first thing and the last he told me, he said, you know what? I was living in Miami at the time. He said, the first thing I would like to tell you, you're living in the wrong city. You must move to LA if you want to get in that business.
Wow.
I said, oh, I hear you loud and clear.
Wow.
And that's one of the reasons we moved here.
I see. So that art form really means a lot to you.
Man, I have my English is not good enough to express how much I love that. Yeah. We should thank
you.
Everyone who really watched our videos and made wonderful comments. We really appreciate that very much. And don't forget to share with your friends and family and everyone, because we really has been doing this with a lot of passion and love and respect for music, and also to, in certain way, help people to understand a little better the fascinating and wonderful world of music.
Yeah, thank you from the bottom of our heart. Truly means the world to us. All right.
Good, man.
And that's been Paul interviewing Arturo Sandoval. And wow, it's just, you made my afternoon so great, Paul. Thank you.
Oh,
so
likewise, Mark. I love your show. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you, and it's an honor. And like I said, I love my job. You love what you do, I can tell, and certainly to watch Arturo Sandoval perform, and it's great. And just want to put in a couple plugs for you before we end the show here, because believe it or not, our hour's almost gone. First of all, if you want to find out more about Paul Noel, I'm pronouncing it right, I hope, Noel. It's www.paul, P-A-U-L, Noel, spelled N-O-W-E-L-L, PAULNOWELL.com. And you can find his website there, or just Paul the Trombonist. It's that simple. Yeah. And, I'm going to have you back. And, gosh, you interview well, by the way. You've got a career in radio and TV, by the way. If you
thank you so much.
Know that.
I'll be back anytime. You're a great host, and I love your show. Thank you.
And, folks, you'll be able to find this on a podcast. And if you want to watch the video and you're driving down the car, the video just really, you've got to see it, is on Ustream.tv, and type in KCAA. And you will find it. We've been talking to Paul Noel. He's known as Paul the Trombonist. He's a Los Angeles-based musician from Riverside, San Bernardino area, an esteemed producer, songwriter, performer, educator, filmmaker, and friend. It's been good to have you, Paul. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. You take care, my friend.
You take care, too. And as we wrap up here on the Mark, live here on KCAA 1050 AM, want to remind you to tune in tonight to what I talked to at the beginning of the show, Art Bell, live at 9 o'clock from 9 to midnight. Art can be found also at artbell.com. You can go onto YouTube and see lots of different videos, over 250 videos by Paul Noel. Paul has produced videos now for quite a while. And there's a whole new world out there of people who buy these little GoPro cameras and with their videos and cell phones. And it's opening up the entertainment world. Not taking away from radio, because the radio market has only grown in the past 10 years due to population growth and everything here in Southern California. We have more listeners than ever, and it's good to bring you this, and I do love my job here. Lots of great things happen at KCAA throughout the day, starting in the morning with Aaron and Tobin live at 6 a.m., and it goes all the way through right in touch with this show, from everything from Dave Ramsey to Don Imus and Imus in the morning. And we have all kinds of financial advice because we are a CNBC affiliate. And so we have financial news. We have got, what else do we have? We have Dale Walmsley, real estate guy, Ron Siegel. Also, The Poor Man. And The Poor Man is on every day at 2 p.m. And then all kinds of people like Michelle Skeen and Relationships 2.0. And I also want to take this fast few minutes to wish happy birthday to one of our very own. You can see her at 12 noon on Saturdays and also here during the weekdays at 7 p.m. on Thursdays. And it is Dr. Marissa. And take my advice, I'm not using it, she says, Dr. Marissa, and it's called Get Balanced. That's the name of the program. Happy birthday to you, Dr. Marissa, and we're so grateful to have you here on KCAA, as well as all of our producers. Thanks to everybody here at KCAA. Thanks to Joe Britt for getting us through this very interesting instrumental show, as well as Di Rice, who stayed overtime. Thanks very much. We're going to cut out here with a little music from Dizzy Gillespie and Arturo Sandoval. Just a few minutes of it. A few seconds. It's called A Night in Tunisia with Dizzy Gillespie. Thanks very much. KCAA 1050 AM and On the Mix Live. We'll be back next Tuesday at 4.